welcome back to another episode on The Voice of Football. Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my channel only. Welcome. Give up. Seriously. So welcome back to another video on The Voice of Football. In today's episode we are going back with players your club must sign. Now if you're new around here and you don't know what's going on, me neither. We go through some teams in the Premier League, or all the teams in the Premier League, and we're going to go through like who they should sell, who should they buy, and obviously their starting lineup. If I was manager or involved, it's obviously my opinion. If you guys got your own opinion, let me know in the comment section down below. You don't have to agree with mine, but if you don't, you're wrong. Joke. That was a joke. Seriously, sorry. And in today's episode, we're going to be revolving it around Wolverhampton Football Club, and as you can probably guess, I've got my fee for no, Wolves gives with a W, idiot. V, I don't know, V is in Wolverhampton, alright. So we're going to be going over Wolverhampton, and obviously like players they should sell, players they should be bringing in, and obviously their starting lineup going into the new season. But we've got to start off with, wow, what an unbelievable Wolves have had. You know, I'm a big fan of Wolves. You know, it's their debut season back in the Premier League, and they've done really well. But all credit has to go to Wolves. You know, if you're a Wolves fan, you've got to be optimistic. They're owned by a rich Chinese consortium. They've got a super agent in Jorge Mendes as an advisor to the club. And that is the reason they've brought in many players like Matinho, Ruben Neves, which is a massive surprise. They've got Jimenez from Jorge Mendes as well, you know, Patricio, the goalkeeper. They've got quite a strong Portuguese link. They could be a Portuguese national team. I think they probably could actually, yeah. But obviously under Nuno Santo, they've done really, really well. They got 7th in the Premier League last season. Like I said, 9 points behind Manchester United, which is actually guaranteed them a Europa League place. And that is something that we need to address a little bit later in the video, because their lack of squad depth is a real issue going into the Europa League. However, they have made some key signings this summer. They've made Jimenez and Dendoncker permanent signings, which is a good addition to the squad, but they do need to improve. So if I was Wolverhampton manager, who would be in line for the job? Now this is where I'll go through players that I think the current team should sacrifice to make way for some transfer funds. Obviously to bring in better players and better quality in depth. But for Wolverhampton, you obviously got the Europa League on the horizon next season. I don't think you should be selling any of your main players. You know, there's no players in the Wolverhampton squad that I think you should be getting rid of, because Wolverhampton squad is limited. It's very, very small. And we see Burnley last season, they really struggled with the Europa League. They really struggled and only just survived relegation. So for me, Wolverhampton should be keeping every single of their good players. So what should we do? We should be adding players to this squad. So let's go with players Wolverhampton should be signing. The first player I'll be signing if I was Wolverhampton manager would have to be Marega. He's 28 years old from FC Porto, 29 games, 11 goals, 7 assists. Currently valued at 30 million. He seems very, very keen on a Premier League move, and you know, it would add some real quality to Wolves' attacking line, which they do need to improve. They've obviously got Jimenez, who I think would be their main striker, but Marega would be a great option to either play upside along him or to come on for Jimenez, or be rotated to keep things fresh. Another position I think they should be improving is their centre-back. So James Tarkowski, Burnley, 26 years old, and in the region of 20 million plus is his value. Now another good player to come into the Wolves squad would be James Tarkowski. Obviously he's done a good season with Burnley. He actually got recently in the England squad. So he'll be a good addition to this Wolves team. If they play 3 at the back, or whether they play 4 at the back or 5 at the back, they need improvements in the defence, especially being able to rotate with so many games going on in the future in the next season for them. James Tarkowski would be a great addition at 26 years old, and he's English. You know, that's a very, very good player to have in your squad. And another centre back that would be a little bit more unrealistic, but is a possibility. His name is Nicholas Otamendi. Current team Manchester City. He's 31 years old and he's 25 million plus in value. Now, I wouldn't say this was necessarily going to happen for Wolverhampton until you hear one thing. Otamendi's agent is Jorge Mendes, and as we spoke about before, Jorge Mendes is the advisor of Wolves, and he's brought in some amazing players already. So Otamendi, if he's going to leave Manchester City, it would be to someone like Wolverhampton. They've got obviously the resources, and he would add some great quality to their back line. Imagine having a Champions League worthy player in your ranks. You know, that would be some great experience for the younger players in the squad. And the last player I think Wolves should be bringing in is an attacking player in Jared Bowen. He's a Hull City player, 22 years old. Last season he had 46 games, 22 goals and 4 assists. Now he's a very, very good option. He's actually been linked with Arsenal as well, which I don't think Arsenal will be picking him up. But 22 goals in the Championship for Hull City is a great achievement for the player. He's 22 years old, so he's still very, very young. But he can also play on the left wing, right wing or a number 10 role. His versatility would be great for Wolverhampton attacking line, especially with being able to rotate different players around in different formations, which they like to experiment with, you know, so I think he would be a great addition to this Wolves squad. If they were able to sign these 4 players, boys, I think Wolverhampton would have a fantastic season, a fantastic second season. I think they could probably aim for 7th again. Obviously the top 6 are a little bit further ahead than anyone else in the Premier League, and obviously they're going to be improving over the summer as well. But for me, with Europa League on the horizon as well in the near future, I think this is a real good team and a real good squad to have to go into that Europa League and actually make a dent on it, and obviously maybe surprise people in the Europa League. You never know, they could reach the quarters or the semi-finals. Who knows? You know, Wolverhampton are a very, very good team. So let's take a look at their starting lineup going into the first game of the season if they were to take my opinion and sign these 4 players. So for me, it would be a 5-4-1 formation with Patricio, Johnny, Bolly, Otamendi, Tarkowski and Doherty at the back. We'd have Neves and Moutinho in the middle with Costa, Bowen and Jimenez leading the front line. Now obviously key subs will be Dendonka, Marega, Traore and Bennett. For me, that is a good team, you know. I don't think they're going to win anything, but with these 4 players, it would definitely improve this Wolverhampton team. You've got to be ambitious, and this would be some ambitious signing. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this team and what you think of the players that I've suggested. Let me know if there's any players that, if you're especially a Wolves fan, that you think they should be signing. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.